But louder still was the voice of Michael Carpenter, Knight of the Cross, avenging angel incarnate, bearer of the blade that had once belonged to a squire called Wart.
Lava quod est sodium, in nomine Dei, sana quod est satium.
Hello, we're here. We made it. Sort of.
Ish.
We are here, right? Yeah. Okay, we made it. What's up? We are days away from Christmas. Everything is a blur, but we've got another book in the bag, and time to talk about it, and then we'll try to get only 80 more to go. Oh, sorry.
8 if you include 12 months.
Sorry, boys. Just started pissing down raining, so I'm gonna have to.
Oh man, are you outside?
No, just closing windows and stuff.
It's raining, man. It's like freezing here. Like I was just informed today that it was man, coming in hot. I would love more viewers. Thank you so much. For freeze?
Sweet.
Okay. It's supposed to be like 70 degrees here for Christmas, so
yeah,
whatever. What's up, chat? Oh gosh, Ben. Well, I'm just gonna go with Ben. It's either Shatterharn or Salvis. I guess we're not going back. I guess we're stuck at symbols forever. Sorry, guys. Jeremy, what's going on? Good to see you. What's that, Alden?
I don't know how to. Is it like that for everybody's stream, or is it just yours, man?
It's turned that way for a lot of them. I think this is supposed to be their anti-spamming measure or whatever.
Okay.
But it sucks because you should give us you should just give us the option, right? It's that simple. Like, if I should be able to change it to just names, not at symbols, but you can't. So get on it, YouTube. What's up, Nick? Kelsey, hi from Ohio. That's where the bearded wonder is over there. So Rico's father, Rico's stepfather, cousin, uncle.
Rico is the retarded cousin of Bob the Skull.
We're not allowed to say that word.
I am.
You ever claim
because I am
guys,
retarded.
Okay? Retard is now a fun word again. Man, So I hope everybody. I think this is the first time I've been live since. The first time I've done anything since the Big Butcher interview. So everybody that watched that, I hope you enjoyed it. That was freaking amazing. Jim was amazing. And the feedback was very, very good. A lot of people enjoyed it. Found a lot of worthwhile stuff from it. We got we got a lot of good information. I'll be straight up. There were some doozies in there. We did get some good stuff. Of course, some of the more fragile people on the internets were upset that Rico used the R slur, which stands for retard, which isn't a slur, but remember, I'm an 80s child. I was born in the calling my friends a retard was a term of endearment. Okay,
Yeah, same.
It's
Same here, mate.
come on, it's not. It's like, dude, you
Same here.
retard, like while laughing, like. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but the kid in the wheelchair that's laughing his ass off with us wasn't cruelly going, "Oh my god, he said retard." He's like, no, he's joining in because he's a cool dude too. It's like, what are we doing? Stop being so fragile.
I've got two brothers that I've got two brothers, Alex and Josh. I think I may have used their actual names growing up 5 times each. Because I called them retards or retarded or whatever.
Salty's coming in hot. Hey, tards. Yeah, still working on it. There you go, buddy. Yeah, man.
It's just one of these things. It's just one of these things that we let go. We sort of allowed the education system to, to change the minds of young people that that this is a slur and we didn't say anything about it for too long, and so that's why it is now where we have to actually say, no, this is.
This is the last thing I'm going to say about it, okay? Because it's ridiculous. First of all, it's just a word. Second of all, we got people going around saying fuck, shit, ass, cunt, twat, all these other words that are if we're judging on the bad word scale, which who gives a fuck? I'm like Billy Connolly. Fuck is an apostrophe, or a comma. It doesn't fucking matter, right? It's just a word. So whatever. If it offends you, fine. I'm sorry you're offended. Not really. But all these other words have now become mainstream. We're making up words like cap and sizzle and dizzle and drip and magiggle and and it's like, who cares? Move on.
Well, and we're taking.
It's like a 2-second. If you have decided to deprive yourself of a great interview with a great man and get a bunch of interviews or a bunch of great questions answered, like thanks to Jim, by the way, Jim was awesome. If you're going to deprive yourself of some entertainment because of a 2-second thing and a joke, man, you must miss a lot of stuff.
Sorry, dude.
So that's it. It's all good. That was a very minimal people, though. But sorry, go ahead, Dan.
It was just grammatically correct as well. So just to point out for anyone who does, if anyone who's watching who did get their knickers in a knot, please understand that it's the correct way to refer to Bob's cousin that we made this fantastic character Nathan made up. He is retarded. He's functionally slower in the head than other magical spirits of intellect biting into else. So please be aware that it's just grammatically correct at the end of the day.
Exactly. It's called a fucking character and having fun. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Some may say he's somewhat autobiographical.
But what's up, mate?
So are these same people pissed off at Sanderson for trying to be a oh no, we're not gonna go down that road. No.
Let's get into the book.
Right. I have Bucky the Skull. He only cost $1. He's my right. Hell yeah! See, there you go. Yeah, that's a great point too, Dan. Rico, that's the point. Rico is just slow.
That's what he is.
He's a dum-dum. That's the point. It was fun. Yeah, there we go. What up, Tardos? Yes. You call your friends retard when they do something stupid. You don't call the kid with Downs exactly. Exactly right.
Exactly right.
I don't know.
All right, but in the proper context, it's fine. It's like, he's the retarded kid down the street, and it's not meant as a pejorative insult. It's actually a descriptor. Well,
it used to be. Really. That's the thing. Then one person took offense one time, and then someone decided to go on a crusade about it. That's what's happened. And we didn't say anything about it for too long, so now we need to say something about it. All right, so that's
99% of the time, the people that are retarded don't give two flying fucks, and most of the time,
correct.
Most of the time, those are the coolest people about it. They'll laugh right next to you. So, it's whatever. That was the only reason I'm even touching on it is because that was like the only sort of negative, that, and because I was nervous and excited, I kept saying winter night instead of white night. So that upset somebody greatly. But
it's Christmas, Steve. It's Christmas, mate. That's okay.
It's like, okay, sorry, I'm on a stream doing an interview that I don't do ever. I don't I'm nobody. Who have I interviewed in my life? Nobody. So it's like I'm nervous. I'm in, I said white knight instead of winter knight, or flip it. You know what I'm saying? But so
Yes.
overwhelmingly positive. Thank you all for watching
Mhm.
and supporting. It was great fun times.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can do it again if we didn't scare Jim away. Jim was awesome. So thank
He
you
was
again.
amazing, wasn't he? He was amazing, wasn't
He
he?
was
Like, he's just
amazing.
a great bloke to talk to. Just a really nice man.
Yeah.
My dad, because my dad's read some of the read some books. He watched the interview, and he's like, "Wow, Jim is not what I expected him to be at all." And this is my father. My father, he's like, he just seems so just down to earth and normal. I was like, he was
He's
just,
super
it was,
Mhm.
it was like he sat down. It was
Yep.
just one of us, one of the guys. We just like went right into. We could have sat there and probably talked for 4 hours about shit if he had time and the inclination. But he's a busy
Yeah.
man, so.
Well, that was the impression that I got with him. I mean, he was incredible. The minute he popped into the into StreamYards, he was incredibly disarming and conversational. I mean, he was just absolutely 100% approachable, and it made the conversation so much easier to go through. And it was really a pleasure to meet the guy and talk about what he loves doing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and it was the fact he gave us an hour still blows me away. So it was a pretty awesome experience. Hopefully, we get a chance to do it again. Maybe some other authors too. Who knows? Would be wild. But we are here for book 10, right? Book 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
is it 10?
Well,
And
yeah, I think it's 10. Yeah, it's 10. I hope it's 10. That's why I put it in the title. Small favor. Dude, like this book fucking like flew. Like I was like done with it in no time. It's not like it's a short book either.
No, it's a long book. Well, for a Dresden book, it's pretty long, yeah.
Horror with Nads. I love that, man. Dresden Files is one of my favorite series of all time. Yeah, it's up there for me too. It is it's and now after meeting Jim and getting to talk to him through StreamYards. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But after getting to have that interview with Jim and just how down to earth and cool and just approachable and just like it makes me that interview, that just being able to do that with him and just the way he acted and just was so just made me an even just bigger fan of Jim Butcher.
right.
And they're just personally so.
Yeah. The
the
rest of his series is I'll be reading.
I've watched a lot of Jim interviews, so yeah. It wasn't surprising.
Hello, inside All Day Player 2. All ahoy! Zach's told me about this. My favorite book series. Well, welcome. We are on book 10. Thank you, Zach. Zach's man, always looking out for me, Zach's. I'm watching Robin Hood, by the way. We gotta talk. Because Amazon can do breasts, and they didn't do any breasts in Wheel of Time. And I've seen more hot girls screwing in the Robin Hood show than I've seen.
What is this Robin Hood you speak of, Steve?
There's a Robin Hood show on Amazon. You guys haven't heard? MGM did a Robin Hood series. It's not the best, but it's okay. It's not bad. It's different. It's definitely different. Like there's more mystical stuff going on with Robin Hood than just the normal. Just he's an outlaw. Like there's some like pagan god stuff going on. So it's a different sort of take from different. But I've been enjoying it so far. And the first scene is this hot chick riding the captain of the guard, and you see your tatas, and it's like, well, like we're already better than Wheel of Time. Jesus Christ!
Wow,
we've already done it.
I mean, Amazon has started to like you can really notice it in the selection that you have. They have started to try and pivot, so to speak.
A friend was able to get my husband the first book signed. Wow, what hardcover too? Those are because I know they reprinted. They had to reprint Stormfront because I don't think Stormfront was printed hardcover originally. So, we're working towards 12 months. If you didn't catch the interview horror with Nads, we got a full interview with an hour and some minutes with Jim. It was awesome time, and we have books 1 through 9 that we've done these sort of streams / videos on.
Mm-hmm.
So. If you're bored and need something to help you with pass some hours, we got a lot of discussion about Dresden on the channel. So and lots more to come.
We talk a lot.
It's not Robin Hood, like the one that fucking.
So
Is
it's
it
not
with
the.
do they spell it with a Y on it? Maybe they do. I'm not talking about the as one. Not that one. Not that one. Yeah, dude, absolutely. I'm actually down for that. Sean Bean plays the sheriff of Nottingham. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I do that, man. I do that with you. We'll talk later, Zach. If I don't fall down the hole again. Yeah. So small favor. Thank you to all the
Yep.
new people. Awesome. Thank you, Zach, too. So I'm trying to even. So the book went so like it felt like it just went.
Yeah,
Oh, hi, Nadi. I'm
it's
sorry.
right from the go. The you start off, they're having a snowball fight at the Carpenter family household.
That's right. I totally
And-
forgot how it even
and-
started.
and then all of a sudden these creatures from the Fae appear and start attacking, and and so it changes from being a game of challenging Molly to work on her shield work to all of a sudden now the got to get the kids all safe, and Harry's getting accosted by these beasts, and Charity has to save him with a nail gun. So
Yeah, well, it's like Charity's like escape plan 6, go. It's like it's
Mhm.
like, oh my god, like they,
Yeah.
they ran these like football plays, right? It's like get to the safe room, right? So yeah,
it's funny because I mean you end up every time that you have some involvement in action with Charity, you end up getting a lot more depth into she is really the absolute defender in the household in terms of plans for everything, covering her baby bears. She's
Oh,
a
yeah.
mom you don't mess with. It's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah,
So
she's a massive bitch.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I
Um,
mean, Charity changes a lot too, right? I mean, not
mhm.
she goes from just being like, and I doubt I wonder how much of that is evolving with the book and how much of that was the plan for that character, because she was just sort of for a long time Michael's wife that hated Harry.
Mhm.
And that's now she's not only is she making all of Michael's armor, but she's sort of this badass, right? And she can use the weapons because she's sparring with Michael and this, that, and the other, right? So like Charity's evolved into this whole different character over the last few books here. Thank you, Salty, for $2. Here's money. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate you, buddy. We gotta find something to stream about here before Christmas is out. I'll reach out, man. If I don't fall asleep, that's what I'm doing these days.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and Charity bookends this book. I mean, she doesn't have any real. I don't think she has any middle of the book appearances. Maybe she does, but it's not. Yeah, she does, but it's the two real bits that you have to pay attention to with Charity are here at the start, just in terms of what she's able to do to defend her family, and then the end just absolutely tears the shit out of you with what she says to Harry. But we'll get there.
So real quick, yeah. So real quick, Mr. Kane. Now, if the show comes out and it's god awful, you'll still glaze it, crash out when you get called on it. So I'm not gonna glaze anything. So because it's going to be because the show, I actually have faith now that after speaking to Jim, because it sounds like he is totally staying involved. So fingers crossed. I like the plan for the new show. Hopefully it goes
too.
Yeah,
the plan sounds good for it. Plus, it's coming at a time when it's actually being made at a good time. Like there's a better than even money chance that it's made without ideology involved. So we'll see.
Yep. Sam Killer. I'm just gonna keep calling you Sam. Sam, I just finished Skin Game. Took me 5 days. There you go. Yep, it does not take long to get through these books, man.
No, and the Skin Game's like an absolute ride.
So Naughty, yes, they are. They're doing another Dresden Files show. Check out the interview. You'll like the interview if you love Dresden. I'm not too. Yeah, you'll like the interview. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Jim was very forthcoming.
Yep, we talk about the show.
They're doing another show. He is going to be very, very highly involved from his own words. And it is going to focus on the war with the Red Court. So the books that are heavily involved with the Red Court War are going to be the books that they take material from, and that is going to be the focus. So I am actually extremely excited to see where that goes and ready for it. So
Yeah. So when you think about
come
it, you
on,
start
man,
with
I'm about to hold on. I got to ban Black Kane here.
No, you're not.
Call me Daniel. He just called me Daniel Green. He just called
we
me
don't know
Daniel
which
Green.
we don't know which studio he's going with yet. He wasn't that quite open up about it. He said he's got the pilot, he's read the pilot, he likes it.
Yeah, he's read this.
And he's basically like, if you think it's going to start with Grave Peril basically and end with Chichen Itza in Changes. So
Yep.
yeah, there's it's just and it's probably going to have blood rights in the middle of it. Yeah, is what I'm thinking.
They could, Sam, but I think, adaptation wise, I think they could always go back, right? There's no reason that they couldn't. It's a smart choice, and I know this is almost just a Dresden general stream right now, but it's a smart choice because you got vampires involved, which is going to get you hot people, and something that people are familiar with in a mystical world. If this takes off, then you can start introducing fairy and all kinds of stuff, right? So it's a smart way to do it. You can double back to the stories from the first few if you want to, and I think it's a good way to start.
Yeah, and you really can do that. Like, you really can go on backstory for Hack. Like, that's a thing you definitely can do. It is
with that story, you're not going too far into stuff that you can't double back and involve some stuff with Stormfront and stuff like that. Get the the alphas involved and shit, right? So
and if you're smart, you can do spin-offs as well. Like, you can use some of the books as spin-offs as well for Harry.
Absolutely. Just have Stormfront from the alphas point of view.
Well,
that would be
something like that, yeah.
Or not,
right?
That would
So,
be full moon, but...
and so like if they would pick up and do another series after the Red Court Wars, you do a Denarians series.
Yep.
Where Harry's battling them.
You're imagine. Good segue getting back into this.
Right, because this is a Denarian book to the max, right? By the way, Nicodemus,
totally
what a fucking liar, man. Nicodemus's word is mud.
No shit. That's the point. That's the point.
Why would you believe anything Nicodemus says after this book, right? But it's like he was like, he even says to Harry at one point, what my word is worth. It's like, what, nothing?
Yep.
Less than.
What are you talking about?
Less than.
Sorry. It's the word behind the words that you got to worry about.
Yes. So sorry. So we have the snowball fight. Yeah. We have the hitters come in, and it's the goat goats.
Yeah. So
according to Bob, goats.
Harry's hurt in the battle or in the fight, and the Charity's treating him. They inform Michael of what goes on because he shows up after everything's all said and done, and Harry ends up going home, and he's talking to Bob, saying, "Okay, so these are the things that attacked. Do you know what these are?" And he's like, "No idea." And so as Harry's going further into some of the books in his basement, he finds out that they're gruffs, and Bob starts laughing at him.
Yeah.
Because
so real quick,
now it's
Susan. Just cast her right now. This is Susan. Just make her Susan right now.
Oh, please.
Okay? It's done. Yep.
Yeah.
So there you go, Jim. Seth, Susan, we're good. Yep. Okay, moving on.
It's not dark enough. It needs to be dark.
You can use some shadows and stuff to get it dark enough.
Maybe, or maybe you'd have to.
All right, good. Sorry, go ahead.
Yep. So after he figures out that it was the Gruffs that were attacking him, Murphy calls. So he's got to go to a crime scene, and basically while they're looking at this whole building is kind of just, it looks like it got shaved off, and Murphy's letting him know that, like, basically SI is paying him out of their own pockets, because in terms of the police force, he's persona non grata. And like, he figures out that this building was like cut off in a pentagram shape, in a pentacle shape, and he sees that there should be some magical residue, but there's nothing there. And then he's told that the building's owned by one gentleman, Johnny Marcone.
Gentleman, Johnny.
So that makes him smile. Not at all. So he and Murphy have some friendly banter. He takes a donut and he summons Toot Toot. Toot Toot lets him know, like, oh, we've been watching out for you for quite some time, Harry. And he says, okay, well, I need you to take a look at the crime scene for me and see what you can make out of it. And so as he's doing that, all of a sudden, Toot Toot comes rushing back and he's yelling for Harry to run. Just get out of here.
Which shocked Harry.
And,
like, what?
Yeah. And so as Harry's running, he all of a sudden starts getting very cold and it starts getting very slow. And then all of a sudden, Mab appears with the Grimalkin, speaking through the Grimalkin. And she wants a favor. She tells him Marcone was kidnapped. She wants him back. She wants him alive.
This is Harry's second.
The base.
This is the second of the three, right?
Yep. Yes, this would be the second of the three.
That he owes it.
Yeah, and Harry's like, I'm not doing you any favors, and she's like, you will. And she's like, basically, like, this is what's going on here is this winter versus summer thing with the Gruffs, and and she once again offers him the winter night position, which he refuses.
He does think about it for a second, though.
He does, because it's very tempting just from what Powers, it's that temptation of power that he gets it. As he's grown in power, this temptation has become a stronger temptation, but he still, his better side wins out.
It's not going the other way. So like the more powerful he gets, the more he thinks about more power. So it's
it's like each new time it's offered, I think it takes him more time to refuse.
It does.
It's getting more and more interesting.
This is the first time he thinks about it. I think this is the first time that he actually thinks about it, where he goes, nah, but then he immediately dismisses it, right? But he does, for the first time, go, that actually is a lot of power, and it would be helpful. I think that's the first time he thinks that.
Because the other few times he's been in trouble when it's sort of come up, right? So he's almost like, well, I could take this to help. No, fuck it, I'm not doing it. But you're right. I think this is the first time he generally just sat there and was like, I like power. I just sort of took care of a Denarian shade in my brain. I'm pretty fucking strong-willed. Yeah. Maybe I can do this. I think that's what's taking it on.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah. So he says he'll look for Marcone, but he's going to refuse the mantle, and so then Mab says, well, all right, and she leaves, but she lets him know, like, it wasn't me you were running from. And then all of a sudden, everything comes around. Reality kind of time speeds up back to normal for him, and he turns around and he sees another Gruff charging at him, and so he's like, "Ah, shit, gotta continue running." So this Gruff chases him around, and this one's got a machine gun with him. So Harry ducks into a building and starts going up an elevator. He's kind of curious as to why the alarms aren't going off. But he takes this elevator up to the roof, trying to evade this Gruff, and then he climbs down the side of the building with the help of Toot Toot, he's kind of questioning why Mab was involved, and why she was having, why she was choosing him alongside with these Gruffs, because I think the Gruffs are winter court, aren't they?
No, they're summer.
But that's what
summer.
that's
Okay.
The one thing I'm not 100% sure about still, right?
That's
like,
right.
Why did Summer get involved in this at all?
I think it doesn't involve this storyline. I think it's leading into the next stuff because
Because
if you remember,
Harry's her emissary. Like, he still calls her, the Gruff calls him emissary or whatever.
so I think
Yes.
this is not this storyline is extended into when shit starts going down with not Titania, well Titania too, but the other one, Lily, right?
Lily.
So I think this
no,
is
this
all
one's this is all the Gruffs are sent by Titania.
Yeah.
right, but I think this is all still with all that shit going on with the later books. I think this is sort of set up just at a bad. It's all happening at a bad time for Harry, but this is all just has nothing. I don't think it has anything to do with his current predicament with Mab. It's just Titania's making a play for him because of something else.
I think it's just because he's the emissary for whatever the dispute is between Winter and
It
Summer.
could be. I guess it's
Yeah.
that too. But
That
isn't
makes me
is what's her face still
can't remember
involved in
what.
Summer Court too? His old girlfriend.
Elaine. Yeah, I thought
Elaine?
no, she left, didn't she? She left.
No, she's out in LA doing her thing, completely
Yeah.
separate. Her association with them ended with us the book Summer Night.
Well, yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if it was just coincidence that Titania just wanted to, or
definitely not-
Titania's just taking the opportunity to, when he's under fire, to try to take him out.
No, it's not coincidence. She sends him. The Gruff specifically says that, like, as the emissary,
They're to deal with Harry.
they've got to deal with
They're
Harry.
there to
So
get rid of
Yeah,
Harry.
so I think are we just to assume that it's just because of this she keeps taking her shots? I mean, because
No,
the
I think
leaf,
so.
the leaf thing comes into play, which is exactly what he knew he didn't know exactly how it was going to come into play, but the little pin that he got with Morgan,
Yeah.
the whole reason he got that came into play this book too. So, thanks for stopping by, Nadia. Thank you. Yeah, I don't like it didn't seem to be relevant
No.
to the plot, really.
no, I can't. I
This
just
one,
can't.
anyway.
I can't remember what the dispute is between Summer and Winter. Whatever the reason Harry is the emissary, I can't remember. If anyone,
yeah.
because that's the
shit.
reason that they're coming after him. So whatever that is.
What do
I
you
mean,
think?
they're
Yeah.
always at war. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
know,
he-
but there's some specific.
No, there
must
was
be some.
some specifically why he became the emissary. He's right.
Yeah,
Fuck, why can't I remember?
I don't know. That's got me cooked. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But maybe someone in chat can help us out as we go. But
Because Fix shows up and he's like,
Yeah.
"Your Winter's emissary." That's why he took a run at him. And Thomas is like, Thomas is there, right? Yeah. So they're all
Mhm.
assuming that Harry's already turned to Winter. So
well, they don't. Yeah, they're not sure about it. Yeah, correct.
yeah. Right. No, that's
No,
a
about that.
you mentioned Fix showing up. That's exactly where we are. Thomas picks him up. Fix all of a sudden shows up at the car door
He's
with a shotgun.
Fix staunches him.
Yeah, and and Harry's like, "What are you doing?" These Gruffs, they're sent by the Winter Queen, but Fix does say, "Hey, remember the leaf,
Yes.
that you were gifted." And Harry's like, "Oh, that's how they're tracking me. So that's how they know where I am at all times." So he goes home, goes downstairs in the basement to Little Chicago, and sets up this cool ass little spell that basically sends the essence of the leaf to different spots in Chicago. So the Gruffs are going after those different spots while he's off doing what he needs to do.
It's very, very cool, very, very shifty, very Harry like. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So then they go to the Velvet Room to talk with Ms. Demeter. She doesn't want to talk to him at all, but then as
Yeah, how we talked about? Did we talk? Hang on. Did we tuned out for a second? Did we gloss over that Harry applying the catnip to the leaf and sending Mister.
Oh, we
around.
were just talking about it. Like we
Oh,
just,
yeah.
he was just talking about yeah. He didn't.
Yeah,
He didn't talk
I
about
mentioned it was a cool
catnip.
little spell. I didn't mention Mister.
He
Yeah,
put
once
it
again,
to the
but-
cat, the cat chaser around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, proving Mister is not just a cat. Mister is a tool.
Thank you. Mister is another
A demon.
demon.
There you go.
Yeah. So at the Velvet Room, these thugs led by Torelli come in, and he's basically threatening her because he's wanting in on, or he's basically wanting to muscle his way into Marcone's territory and basically take over. But Harry basically just deals with them as Harry does, and then Harry, looks over at Demeter and he says, "Listen, you need to save. We need to get your boss, and I know that you know that he has a safe house basically with his hair and the hair of his employees and all that kind of stuff. But knowing you also have some backup with that, and so I need your to know where the hair is that Marcone's hair is that you kept." And so she gives him an address. Or no, that's not Demeter that he's talking with on that. That's something else. But she gives him Guard's address where she's located. That's what that is.
After Harry
And
beats
then-
the crap out of his thugs. So like
Right.
so that's it's again, it's Harry gets himself in, I don't know, he gets himself in trouble again, but just because like these, the Torelli's trying to move into Marcone's territory immediately. He's not very bright.
No,
And so
dumbass.
but also, you'd have to say like you would think that there would be better security at the club than just relying on a random wizard to deal with some kind of hostile takeover from the drug underworld. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
Torelli turns up here to try and staunch the meter, and Harry beats the shit out of him and his mates and sends him packing. With Thomas also gets involved here,
That's right.
which is really cool.
Thomas is
But,
highly
like-
involved in this whole book, which is nice. I like having Thomas around. I don't know, it just feels better.
It does feel better. He plays the great Robin role, man. Like he plays a great backseat driver role in this movie.
Yeah, the brother dynamic works fantastic with those two. You can, they're brothers, right? They're there for each other, ride or die. It doesn't matter. You don't even have to ask, right? It's really
Yep.
good.
Yeah.
Yep. So Harry takes the address. Ain't that the damn truth? Lord.
Yeah,
So
70
true.
degrees here, so yeah.
I know. In a couple of days, we'll be celebrating Christmas in shorts.
Yep.
Which is what Aldan does every year.
Who said Lucio in the poll?
I did because he's about to fuck her, so I mean, might as well. I'm not planning on her getting
Yeah.
any points in this
I think-
poll, but she's
I'm on
about to
board
do
for
one.
it.
So when she
I'm
gets
voted
no
for it.
votes, I won't add her ever again, and I'll put I don't know, somebody else. I don't know. Oh wait, I didn't put. I gotta say. Wait. What am I doing? Hold on. Stop the poll. I
No,
screwed
there's
up.
no- You only need
Nope,
one
nope,
name.
I forgot. How did I forget? How did I forget a certain? I'm sorry, Kane. I'm sorry, Black Kane. What did I do?
Yeah,
Sorry.
man. Black Cane takes offense.
He
Yeah,
should.
maybe
I'm
lie.
sorry. I totally messed that up. I totally messed that up. My bad. Fixing the poll right now. Sorry. Continue, fellas.
All right. So they go to the suburbs to a house that's guarded by Hendrix, and Miss Guard is there as well. But she's upstairs. She's taken a wound. I can't remember what.
Gut wound, it's
Yeah,
hanging out. She's
yeah.
trying to stay
Yeah, it
up
was-
some shit.
Yeah. I can't remember what. If did it say how she got hurt or?
Well, they go past as they go into the cabin or whatever. There's a presence in the bush that Thomas notices or Harry notices. They know there's something in the bushes anyway as they go through, and we find out later what that is. But no, it doesn't say what. She's just got a eviscerated gut, so she's been slashed through the guts, popping
And
out.
she's
basically.
like, no big deal.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, tough bitch.
Right. Yeah, you know, she is super duper tough. But so she's about to tell Harry, who kidnapped Marcone, but then all of a sudden, this, one of the Denarians comes in through the window, and basically it's a praying mantis monster, which we haven't seen before. And Harry's killing all these little mantis monsters, but it's not killing the Denarian at all. And even when he does put it down, it's not dead, and he's just like shit. So he's got to get guard downstairs. As he gets downstairs, hold on, gotta answer with the correct Karen answer.
We took Lucio out.
Okay.
He deserves a spot.
Well, I mean, come on. I had to get Molly in there. Give me a break.
Yep.
It's unfortunate, but Susan's gonna fall off the list because, well, she's just until Mirror, she's gone. So but
Yeah.
she'll come back with vengeance in Mirror.
So at that point, once they get downstairs, though, there's a parlay that happens with this Denarius, and basically, they find out that there's 5 Denarians in Chicago at this point that they know about, and so they're like, "Holy shit, this is a big deal." But their only concern is with Marcone and his people, so they're wanting to get Harry out of the picture. But they end up escaping, and Harry's like, okay.
Hendrix is here too. So there's a few things that we learn here. Really, we learn that Hendrix is here and he's in love with God.
Oh, big time!
Yep.
Yeah, 100%,
Yep.
big time in love with God. Yep.
And that there's a new bunch of Zenarians in town.
Hey.
There's a new squad.
I fixed it, brah. I fixed it. I apologize. All right, I fixed it. I'm sorry. I take full responsibility. It was very retarded of me. I got it. All right, sorry. Yeah, Hendrix, the stalwart man, is very in love with a Valkyrie. That's very it's very interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's a really cool. It's another really cool scene, like where Harry's like trying to help. He's trying to help God. He's trying to help God. He ends up like holding her. She's trying to stitch herself back together with some kind of like glue stuff that sticks the skin together or whatever. Harry ends up holding her together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No,
He almost gets sick and has to help. He's not real happy about it, but he does it, right? Have any of you guys caught that Lucio practically says verbatim what Lash says to Harry and Deadbeat?
No. What does she say to Harry?
Do you have the quote, Kelsey? I feel like I remember some of that. But I'd have to get I need the reference because I'm not sure. I mean,
that might answer.
It does seem highly sexual all of a sudden. Lucio does feel like a completely different person in this book.
But
I will say that.
So she should though too.
I mean, she really is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just stating, right? It's one of those. There are reasons for it, but completely different.
Yeah. Totally different person.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lucio was great.
So,
redhead, yummy. Yeah, there you go.
I do like redheads, but yeah,
no Tom. Yeah,
because I'm married to one. So, so they get out. They head to Michael's, and in the course of that battle, Harry and Thomas recovered one of the black coins, So they stick that into a bag. We get a little description of 30 pieces of silver that Judas was bought off with to betray Christ.
Yeah, sort of the filling in of Murphy, right? Is that like he's filling in Murphy on what the denarius are at that point, right? Right?
Thomas.
Isn't that what that is? Is it Thomas?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it both of them? I feel like it's both of
But-
them because Lucio at one point. Well, that's later because Lucio's like, she knows all this shit. She can't know all this shit, and he's like, oh yeah, she knows more than half the fucking wizards out there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought
so
this was. I like this. This was the best picture of the Denarians I've seen in a while. It was pretty good. I like the little coin. It's good stuff. I use it for the thumbnail. It's pretty sweet.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Denarians are cool. Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
Yes. No, you're good. So Sansa's also there, which anytime Sansa's in the book, it's freaking awesome. Love Sansa. And so they stick
Sonya
guard.
Sonya. You said Sansa. I was thinking about Game of Thrones. Sonya. You talking about the Knight of the Cross?
Did I say Sansa?
You said Sansa. Yeah.
Oh. No, I meant Sonya.
Okay.
Sonya.
I was like, redhead, Sansa Stark. You know, it's like, okay, I can get why you said
there we go.
I was like, Sansa.
Okay. Yeah, Sonya's there. That's why, because it says Sansa on my little worksheet when I vocalize my notes. So instead of the translator machine put Sansa for some reason. Anyway.
Well, it likes Game of Thrones apparently. All right, moving on.
Apparently. So but they realize that the Denari are probably wanting to use Marcone. For what? They don't know. The big concern for Harry is they're wanting to give Marcone a coin so that he becomes one of them. And that scares... Right. Harry's scared enough of Marcone without any magical abilities. Last thing he wants is Marcone to have a coin.
Scared and rightfully so, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So Harry calls Lucio and they set up a meet. Michael is disturbed by Harry making himself getting himself involved in this debate with between his responsibility as a Knight of the Cross to deal with the Denari, and Harry's putting himself in the middle of it, and Harry, Michael's not liking that, especially knowing that Harry had a coin at one point. He doesn't know. He knows that Harry gave back the coin, but he doesn't know that he's not inhabited by Lashiel's shadow anymore.
Yep, right, exactly. Or worse.
Yeah. So Harry and Sonya, they discuss that a little bit, and you get Sonya's backstory that he loved a woman who is one of the Denarians, but he gave up the coin, and Sonya was using that as a defense for Harry's involvement too. So he was kind of backing up Harry to Michael.
We get a lot of info about the Denarians in this book. Just there's a whole bunch more on the field too here that we hadn't seen before. Yeah.
So at that point, let's see where.
Will they touch soul gaze in the show? If so, how do they do it? I think it's relatively simple. You just you have them look at each other's, and then you can do either camera zoom into the pupil of the eye and do just a flashback scene, or you can do a little like twirly effect. There's a few different ways they can do it, but however you go from the eye to eye stare transition, you just go into a good old fashioned flashback with younger actors cast. In my opinion, I think it can be done pretty simply and tastefully. Yeah.
Or if it's a scary flashback, you use clips from the original TV show.
You could do that too, yeah. And be like, what is that?
Like, no,
Harry. Who is this
that's
Murphy?
not
Like,
Bob.
what is this Murphy adjacent thing? I don't understand.
So, so Thomas and Molly then go with him. Yeah. So the discussion about the Denarians was not with Murphy because she's meeting them at Max. And she's actually waiting there for him to show up.
Yeah, she's been waiting for a while. She's pissed off about it.
Yes, she is. So he gets there, talking with her, and she's very insistent with him. She's like, I'm not standing on the sidelines on this one. This is, lives are at risk. And Harry's trying to get her to see the difference between cop work and demonic powers, but she's not budging at all. And then a gruff enters the building, and basically scraping up the ceiling and breaking ceiling fans. I think this is where we find out these gruffs are brothers.
Yeah, and they get bigger as they go. I think that Bob told him this when he was talking to him about it.
Yeah, the quick overview that he gives is he gives them a little bit of a it's just like the fairy tale sort of deal, right? Or just like the story.
Yep. So, so the gruff comes in. He's like, "We have a grievance against you for using iron against my brothers."
Yep.
Harry's like, "So you guys attacked,
Yeah.
It's not just that. Harry's it's not that. It's that the gruff is like super offended that he would use the Bane.
Yeah. It's not. Like, I'm just trying to survive, bro.
Yeah, that's right. Harry's like, you tried to kill me. I'm going to survive. That's what I'm going to do. And the gruff is like, oh, I'm asking you not to use it. It's not just It's not just a physical weapon. It wounds in the spiritual sense as well for the Fae. And Harry's like, if you keep trying to kill me, I'm going to try and survive. So
if you can expect to kill me, yeah, exactly. No bullshit. Yep. Well, that's it. If you're gonna kill me, then I'm not going to die. So stop trying to kill me. I'll stop using the Bane. I'm going to use any resource I can to not die. Thank you.
Yeah. To which his basic response as well, I'm told I have to kill you. I've been told to. Yeah. Right. So, so he's like, well, let's go outside and finish this. And then that's when Murphy steps in and she threatens the gruff. I mean, so you imagine this 8-10 foot tall beast standing over top of this 5 foot woman. And she's like,
but Harry's like doing his thing. He's trying to, like, he gets his bluff called here by the gruff. There's a massive goat monster, and Harry's like, Harry can't stop his mouth from fucking going off.
Yep.
And so the gruff's like, well, we will step outside. And Harry's like, shit. And Murphy jumps in. And then Murphy jumps in. And then start.
Yeah. And she tells him, she's like, I'm a protector of this city, and he's a citizen. He pays taxes, therefore I owe protection to him. And the gruff is like, well, I have no grievance against you, mortal. And so he's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna leave then. We'll worry about this later.
Well, Murphy puts a gun on the table and says, I'm not sure how much iron is. What she say? I'm not sure what she said.
Yeah,
something
a steel jacket bullet.
This is gonna hurt, mate. And I will use it. And I don't have to. Not only that, but Murphy's super smart here because, like, she's not a signatory to the Accords, and that's the reason why she can, like, threaten violence inside Mac's pub. She said, "But you can't do anything in here. I can shoot you dead, mate."
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, Murphy is a badass, and that's why she's number one.
He's not she's strong second runner. That's why she's a strong case.
So, so Harry, Thomas, Murphy, and Molly, then they hold a little war council amongst themselves, and they come to the conclusion Marcone has a leak, but the question is who is it? And is this person, whoever it is, being compelled by the Denarians? And then, and so then the result out of this war council, though, is that the Gruffs have probably tracked them here. So they need to basically have this cat and mouse game again, where Molly veils Harry and they leave together. Harry has this little figure that he gives to Thomas, which actually turns Thomas into looking like him. I think it was, wasn't it?
It's a voodoo doll version of the juice that Harry Potter does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So the diversion works, and it gives them more time away from the Gruffs.
and he gives Thomas his duster and his staff. Yeah, pretty sure. He gives Thomas his duster and his staff to make it more realistic.
Yes. Yeah.
And sends him out on his merry way.
Well, no, because he doesn't have the staff.
He gives it to Thomas. No, the staff. It's the rod that he doesn't have. He has his staff. He gives Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then at this point, and Murphy went with Harry and Molly. So they get into a car, and they end up being trailed by Torelli and his goons. And in the process of this little standoff, Murphy gets shot. Molly veils herself and Murphy, and then Harry knocks over one of the goons, shoots one in the knee while he's questioning the other. He handles him like a fucking pro. And while he's questioning the one guy's like, "Well, I'm only the driver. I don't know anything." And he's like, "You know something. Don't give me that crap." He was like, "I promise." And and so as Harry's trying to reach the conclusion of this, questioning the other guy he lost track of, and he gets his gun, but as he's reaching for it, Mouse comes in and attacks the guy, and basically shifts the shot that guy was going to get Harry with, and ends up shooting his partner, the driver. And then, not wanting to be part of the crime scene and have to deal with questioning or anything, they all hightail it out and head to Michael's to not have to worry about the cops questioning them and inevitably arresting Harry for anything they want.
Mouse makes the save again, as he does.
Mouse is the bestest.
He is.
Goodest boy. He has a good book. Mouse has a good book.
Yeah, I keep hearing that. Let's see.
Mouse reminds me of Appa from The Last Airbender. He's always bailing everybody out at the last minute.
He's better.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's not better, but I'm just saying Appa will fly in and save the day countless times. Mouse does the same thing.
He does. There's a little bit of
with his fucking cape on, it's like, you're dead.
Happens a couple of times on that.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, except Mouse kills his opponents, not like Appa.
Very true. Yeah.
So over at Michael's, Murphy's recovering from her wound, and Harry and Michael start talking about Nicodemus. Michael tells him that Tessa, who was the praying mantis bitch, they're married, but they rarely work together because they don't get along. So it's a very dysfunctional marriage.
Well, it's an arranged. It's like it functions like an arranged marriage, which is what most marriages in history, except for our little time now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. and so, um, but they kind of realize like they're dealing with a lot more than just 5 Denarians. They're dealing with possibly 12 Denarians here.
And two different groups
So-
that don't. Two different groups, right? So also, like Michael's really clear here, like he says, these are two different sects of the Denarians, like two different groups, but they don't work well together. But they will work well together if Tessa thinks that her and like she can get something out of the exchange. And he explains here that like Nicodemus has plans for long term, and he'll have lots of different things. If this doesn't work, it doesn't matter if it's getting me towards whatever his long term goal is. Whereas Tessa is very much if I can get it now, I'll take it now. She's a one-off type person. So Michael says here, he explains to Harry that whatever's happening, Tessa thinks that she can get something out of it. Nicodemus is whatever it is somehow relevant to Nicodemus's long-term plan, which we don't know what it is. That's what he says.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. Good.
They're husband and wife, and they don't work together. But sometimes they will if she thinks she can get something out of it.
Yeah, and it's still and for her it's always still a short-term thing and not not Nicodemus's long-term.
No,
it's still an annoyance for him.
Yep.
So then in the middle of this whole discussion, Harry ends up getting frustrated at Michael, and he lashes out at Michael, basically just saying, "Well, what happens if you end up hurting and you leave your kids without a father?" And that pisses Michael off, and he says, "You're gonna shut up right now. Don't say anything else." And I don't think we've seen Michael talk to Harry this way before. So there's now tension between the two of them.
There's been tension. Bring tension over. Yeah. This just adds to it. This is
like bubbling over a little bit. We find out. We gradually sort of build up to the fact that Michael, it's sort of tearing him apart a little bit. He can't trust Harry like he wants to.
And he can't talk to him. Can't talk to him.
Yeah, exactly. He can't trust him like he wants to. He's fighting with that internally. So.
Yep. So, but they put that aside because they've got to concentrate on Nicodemus before, whatever happens, and it's too late. And in his discussion earlier with Lucio, they need to reach out through the Accords to set up a meet with Nicodemus to discuss things. And so the person that they're having to be the go-between for that meeting is Ivy.
Hang on. So that's Guard requests this of Harry, right? So Guard requests of Harry. When Harry picks her up, she requests that as the warden or as the representative for the White Council in this area, that Harry organizes a meet. Harry organizes a grievance dispute because an Accord member has attacked another Accord member and kidnapped him, and Guard makes that assertion. And so under the Accords, because Marconi is a signatory to the Accords now, as of last book or whatever, which Harry's not actually happy about. It is what it is. So that's why this happens. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Good catch on that. Thank you. So he goes back after he talks with Michael. He goes back. He talks with Guard. She is, not aware of who could betray Marcone in terms of the panic room location, because you could, any one of a whole ton of people could know about this panic room.
That's what she says. Like, from the people who built it to the blah blah blah. And did she say, look, she was like, I tried to get him to not do this. She didn't want him to build it for that reason, because it was.
Well, and then on top of that, she also told him to kill everybody that built it, so there was nobody that could report back. That was her advice, to kill the people that built it. And it's like, whoa, okay. Yeah, if you're gonna
right.
do it, kill everybody involved so nobody knows. Like, wow, okay,
Mhm.
Jesus.
She's a real
Yep.
one.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So they both end up kind of thinking, well, it's probably Torelli that somehow knew about it. But in any case, Harry gets a key from her because she's the one that has the lockbox with Marcone's hair in it and Torelli's hair. And so that he can then track the both of them and find them and get this whole thing sorted out and fulfill his favor to Mab. So the key is to a lockbox at a train station. And so he and Michael head out there. Michael is quiet the whole time. And then and Mouse is with them. And so then when they get in there, they're walking through the station to, they got to go all the way through the station because the lockers are at the back of it. And all of a sudden the lights go out, flashlights don't work, and Mouse is sitting there growling. And that's when these creatures called Hobbs attack. And they're in the pitch dark. Michael or Harry's amulet isn't even giving out light.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Zero light.
I don't know what's going on here. And so then you hear Michael give out this prayer, and his sword lights the lights
Well,
up.
that's what you use for the intro, right?
Not
Was
this
that
part.
one or a different one? Yeah, it was a different one, right? Yeah.
It's
funny,
it's coming up shortly.
It's funny because like when I heard that, I'm like, that's going to be the intro. That's too banger of a fucking quote from Marsden or Marsers. It was
Yeah,
fucking great. That Latin,
yeah.
fucking badass.
It's the Latin. It's the reference to Excalibur.
Mhm.
Because this was, well, we'll get there in a few minutes here.
Michael has a few times in this book when he like breaks out into the Latin, and Master's just like found his
Yes.
groove.
Oh yeah.
He's
100%.
it's awesome. I'm almost contractually bound to put it in, right?
Yeah, you 100%.
Yeah. So the sword's lighting up, and he's just filleting Hobbs as they're flying, at him, and it's just becoming a big old mess. And there are people there that Harry's trying to sit there and say, "Hey, you need to come this way." And this one particular woman in the ticketing area that they make their way into. Yeah. And Michael's like, "Listen, we can't just stay here. We can't, we've got to get moving, and we got to get out of this mess." And Harry realizes that it's this thing called Merc, which doesn't put out electricity, put out lights or anything. It just covers up the light.
I forgot what it was called.
Basically just a spell. Yeah. And so he needs to figure out how to do it. And the only way that he's like, he can't think of it as Michael sitting there yelling at him, and he's like, goodness, he looks up, and then he sees this the fire extinguishers, sprinklers, and and I forgot to mention too, he's had issues using his fire spells so far, so he hasn't been able to do fuego like he is so readily able to do normally. So he gets up on a chair and he's really concentrating to build up this and send this spell through all the sprinkler systems in the station. And so when he finally ignites it, takes a minute, and then finally all the sprinklers go off.
Well, it's a really cool spell, right? Because he builds like a circle, and then the lady or whatever that's there with him, the lady you mentioned before, she's just like getting like a bird's eye view of like magic in real time.
Yeah,
which is it's really interesting. To watch her sort of like go through that.
What is going on here? Yeah.
Yeah. Harry's building this like crazy circle with stuff, whatever, and he's putting a sprinkler in it, and he's like and what he's effectively trying to do is like trying to replicate this across the building, right? That's what his spell that's what his spell does, right? You know, if it sees this and does this, you put some smoke to the one in the circle, connects it to all the other sprinklers, and it makes them all go off at the same time. That's effectively what he does.
Yeah, the minute that he breaks the circle.
Yeah, that's right. Sends it out.
Memory. Yeah, it's a very cool trick, and I mean, when he does this kind of stuff, you know, you just sit there and think, man, Butcher, you're just a lot of fucking fun to read.
Yeah, well, it's just very ingenious. Yeah, it's very
something like that. Something just is like, it's not mundane, but like it's not like the most interesting. Like, he's not fireballs around and chasing monsters and stuff, but like, he's just building this like really cool spell, right? Like in your brain. Like,
well, I mean, that's what makes Harry, right? He's very comes up with these very ingenious, simple ways to get out of things that just work, right? It's very interesting. He's MacGyver, basically.
Yep, he's a wizard MacGyver. 100%.
Yeah, he is. That'd be a good question to ask him if we interview him again.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's another one that I forgot to ask him that I was like,
what is it? Is he MacGyver?
I had like 10 more after we got off. I'm like, oh man, I should have asked him all these. Yeah. Anyway, so the water starts washing all the murk away and the light shines, and that's what's really hurting the Hobbs. And then that's when Michael just goes ape with the sword. This was the intro. The sword that was once squired by a young squire named Wart. So it's a wonderful reference to Excalibur and Sword in the Stone. And the what I find interesting about that is I initially thought that this was the first time he kind of gave a veiled reference to it being Excalibur, but I think there was one in Deadbeat.
I think there was definitely one earlier. Yeah.
But either way, when I first read that and I saw squired by Wart, I jumped out of my seat because I was just like, that's so damn awesome. It's so subtle.
Excalibur. Yep.
Yeah. It's great. And that's when you have the intro where he's using all the Latin for the second time, and he's just going ape on all the Hobbs, and that frees Harry to then go and try and find the locker, except he gets confronted by another Gruff. And this guy is huge.
Yes, bigger. Bigger still.
Yeah. Yep.
And he calls him tiny.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. That's right. Yeah, because that reminded me when Injun Joe is confronting the Nagloshi in the next book. He's like, "Hey, ugly," which, by the way, might be what I use in the intro for the next book.
I don't know.
So we'll see.
The next book's
killer.
Next book's got moments to pick from, man.
I know it does. It's gonna be so good.
We might have to have a stream just picking the moments for the intro for the next one.
Well, I'll do what I did a couple books ago, and I'll shoot a couple audio clips to you guys, and we'll decide. Did you want to call that one out, Steve?
Thanks. Who's Belmont?
You're on mute, dude.
Sorry, I didn't realize it was muted. Thank you, Bell. Appreciate you, man. Bell Marduk. How are you, man? Good to see you. I know you hop back and forth. Sometimes you've been on kick, so thank you very much, man. Appreciate you so very much, dude. Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. My bad.
That's all good. So Harry battles this Gruff, and we say battles the Gruff.
He doesn't really battle.
Pretty much getting his ass handed to him. and so just, and it's like, oh, wait a minute. Back when I was talking with guards, she told me not to stand in front of the locker when I open it. So I'm going to make the Gruff stand in front of the locker while I open it. And so when he gets in there, he unlocks it and then just kind of pulls it away, and it just sends this huge blast and completely eviscerates this gruff. I mean, he's not killed, but he is. There ain't recovering from this one.
It hurts. It hurts him.
Bad, yeah. Bill, if you haven't read it, I highly recommend. It's
100%. Yeah, easy reads, so good. Audiobooks read by James Marsters.
Fantastic.
It's a combo you won't miss. It's awesome.
Yep.
So
I
went through all 17 books in. I went through all 17 books in less than 2 years.
It's fast reading,
and that's including some rereads with these too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh.
You can get to them real quick. They're really good. They're easy.
The only thing I've read faster was Carl, to be honest, but
I'll put them. Yeah, I think we're about the same.
they're pretty
man.
close. They're pretty close. They're very close. They're very close. But I did
the same.
Yeah. Well, there was a moment there where like I couldn't like get in the car without turning on Carl, so it's like a little bit. I give the nod to Carl a little tiny bit, but Dresden's right there.
I agree with that.
On a reread, I would go Dresden 100%.
Well, I've already read.
I have
reread like 5 times, so you know.
Well, if we reread, I would say the same thing.
Well, I have reread the first 4 of Carl. I haven't gone through 5, 6, and 7 yet. Again,
Read Carl like 6 or 7 times.
You know what's crazy? Not to get off on a Carl tangent. 5, 6, and 7 are so much longer than the first 4. It's crazy.
Yes, they are.
There is a giant evolution in the amount of pages from those 5 books on. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, moving on.
Yeah.
Read Carl too.
Yep.
Carl is great.
Yeah. So Harry basically just tells the gruff to go back to Faye, leave him alone. And he's like, yes, my brother's coming. He's going to be pissed.
Yep.
And, so he goes.
He cheats again. Harry cheats to win. Gotta love it.
Yep. But it's the only thing he can do. He can't beat this. He can't beat the gruff.
Yep.
Well, and he discovers another new type of magic, the rune magic, right? He finds the rune in the locker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
knows the rune. Yeah.
Right. So then, so Michael kills off the last hob, and then he, in the process of making it back to Harry, Kincaid and Ivy and Lucio show up, and then they head back to Harry's place to kind of just up. Yeah,
they were at the train. It's extremely. It is a little bit coincidental that Lucio was transporting Ivy and Kincaid at the same time as like Harry ends up.
Yeah, I see why Kelsey's saying what's up with Lucio in this book, because it is a little bit weird. You're not wrong.
Yeah. Well, and the Hobbs, Harry at one point in this fight says, I don't think the Hobbs are here for me. So I think, there's, and the Hobbs.
No.
Where were they? Were they from? Are the Hobbs the Winter Court?
The Hobbs are from Winter. That's why Harry's trying to getting a little bit confused here. He's like, I'm getting kicked around by a football from the stupid fairies again. But some are after me, and we've got these Hobbs here. But like, why were the Hobbs there in the first place? They were clearly there for Lucio, I guess.
Yeah.
Or for Ivy.
Yeah.
Maybe to prevent Ivy from. It could have been Ivy. It could have been a preventive measure by Mab to try and cut it off. Maybe Mab knew what was going on.
That's what I think too. I think that's
couldn't spill it out. Tried to cut it off before it could happen. Maybe.
Yep.
That's something she would.
So they end up going back to Harry's place, and Harry passes out basically, just because he's
pure
hurt
exhaustion,
and cold, and and so he wakes up and Lucio's bathing, and he's like, and then she tells him that she's
bathing with a towel in front of him, right? Yeah,
right. And he's not picking up on what she's dropping down, right? But she tells him that she's his second, for the meeting with Nicodemus, and then they all get some more rest. When they wake up, they do some preparation, a little bit of negotiation. Murphy insists that she has to go, and Harry negotiates that the knights need to be the Knights of the Cross need to be present while they wait for Kincaid. But it's important that the knights are there because we're dealing with the Denarians. It wouldn't be right to not include them.
Is this also where Thomas gives him a bunch of shit for not realizing that Lucio wants to do him?
Yep.
Yep. That's exactly it. He's
Thomas
like,
was looking.
"You're an idiot."
Thomas was peeping Tom through the window, mate, while Lucio was having a little bath.
Yeah, Thomas is like, all right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well done, Harry.
Yeah.
And Harry's like, what are you talking about? He's like, what is it?
Yep.
He's like, what? He's like, you didn't hit that shit, Harry? What the fuck? He's like, what are you talking about? That's Lucio. He's like, oh my God. Oh my, what is it? Why can't I remember? Empty night, Harry.
Empty
Jesus
night.
fucking Christ. Did you have to grab your penis? Jesus. Harry,
Yeah.
where's your game, man?
It's like Thomas is the walking embodiment of inner Harry, no, of Dreamscape Harry or whatever, however we reference to that version of Harry. So the parlay, they get the phone call. The parlay is to be held at the aquarium, so they get there, and Kincaid leads Harry in to talk to Nicodemus.
Murphy also puts her foot down and says she's going, right? We haven't talked about that.
Right.
And everyone's looking, no, you're not. I am sorry.
Yeah. But that's the other thing too, is that they're so it's not just to discuss Marcone, but also to approve Murphy's presence, and that gives Nicodemus the opportunity to add a little bit to the negotiation. He says, well, I've got two requirements then. I can't remember what the first one was.
Well, so when they get to, we've got to back up a little bit, right? Because when they get to the aquarium or whatever, and then because, is it just because of Murphy's that Nicodemus has to talk to Harry and Harry needs to talk, or like Kincaid goes between the two and then sets up the talk between the two of them to discuss this?
Yeah. So with Murphy there, that allows, he agrees to allow Murphy to be present if he can talk with Harry for 5 minutes.
Yes. Yeah. So this is so that's what it was for. So Nick knew that Harry was going to bring Murphy right from the start.
Yeah, probably.
He did, because the talk wasn't really a talk; it was a distraction. So
Nicodemus knows. Yeah, Nicodemus ain't no fool, right?
No.
Nick knew that he was going to bring Murphy. He knew that he was going to have that time to then to distract while he gets set up for the spell and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, Nicodemus has plans on top of plans on top of plans on top of plans. Yeah, he's like Hannibal from the A-Team. He's what everyone wishes Trump. Plan.
He's playing the 4D chess everyone wishes Trump was, mate. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Let's see. So he tells, he's basically, he offers Harry again to join him. And Harry antagonizes him, and basically lets him know that, hey, listen, I know one of you guys were present at Arctis Tour, and it pisses him off.
He genuinely seems shocked at that one. Yeah, that was a genuine, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah,
right. So that to me says that was Tessa, doing something there, possibly. But
it makes sense. They seem to be the two like leaders of the group, right? The two with the most, like,
They're the bosses.
Well, and if it's going to piss them off, it's going to be Tessa doing it, right?
Yeah.
That's what a walk.
So the so let's see, where was it? Oh, and then he basically says, "Listen, I've got someone in the church, you know, which you know, worst kept secret, I guess. But the question is who is it? Who is it in the church that is a denarian? Or at least a servant of the denarians. Um, so, uh, and Harry, and then in the process of this conversation, Harry realizes that this is all a delay tactic, and that the plan here was to trap Ivy. It wasn't to actually have a negotiation for Marcone. It was to trap Ivy. And so
this is the coming to fruition of like what Michael told him way back at the start of the book about Nicodemus is having his eyes on the big picture.
Yep.
And
every time.
That's what this is. He set this up. He did all these things just so that Harry would call, so that Marcone would activate the Accords, so that Harry would be, and Harry being the local person in Chicago, the only person he was going to ask to mediate it would be the archive, and he wanted to get his hands on the archive. So Harry figures all this out while he's talking to him there, because he realizes he's stalling, like you said, Nathan. He realizes that there's no way that Nicodemus knows that he's not going to turn to, like, he knows by now that Harry's not going to turn to the dark side, well, not the Denarian dark side anyway. He knows that, and Harry, takes him a while because he's too busy and giving him shit being Harry, just trash talking. But then after a while, his brain catches up to his mouth, and it's like, why am I doing this? Why is he getting me to do this? And that's when he figures it out. He's like, holy shit. All of this other stuff was completely inconsequential. It was all for this. And that's when he like throws the spell. He hits Nicodemus with the spell while he's talking. And then all hell breaks loose, mate. Well, that doesn't actually, does it? Like he knocks Nicodemus out, and then he goes to try and find Ivy.
Yeah, he calls out to Kincaid, tells him to get Ivy and get out. And he realizes that what's going to happen is there's going to be another one of these spells that hits just did the same thing as the building.
Yeah, that was the practice. Yeah.
Yep. And so and then the process of him trying to run, he gets confronted by a Denarian, and that's when the pentacle comes down, and magic just ends up getting swallowed up. So Harry now is basically neutered in his ability to defend.
There's only a very small amount of power that they can access, right? Yeah.
Right. But somehow Harry all of a sudden then gets this silvery arm and starts pummeling the Denarian that he's got with him, and that enables Harry to get free. But he punches this Denarian to death.
Yeah, with his silver fist. Yeah. An actual fist of God, you beauty.
Right, exactly. Well, and that was kind of one of the things, like I'm sitting there reading this, like the first time I was reading, I'm like, what the hell is this shit? Where did this come from? But then again, Harry doesn't know either. He's just like, okay, well, I might as well use it. So bam, bam, bam. So he frees himself, and then he sees Kincaid basically moving around with his gun and just hunting Denarian.
Well, he sees Kincaid up in the top corner of the room, like suspended in some kind of a harness, like a spider type thing, and he's trying to pick off Denarians from his sniper position. Basically, that's where he sees him first up.
Yep,
which is pretty cool.
It's badass, and we got another reminder here. Like, this is somebody that Harry doesn't want to mess with.
Exactly right.
And he says, this guy could pick me off at a 1,000, a mile off, and and I wouldn't even know.
He sees his Kincaid Kincaid does this. Well, I think, is he fighting with someone? And Kincaid pops him in the head. Dead. And that's when Harry sees him up in the corner. He's like, okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was it. So, and in the process of him seeing that, he also hears all the Denari talking, and they're like, okay, well, we need to hunt Kincaid because we got to draw out Ivy.
Well, no, Tessa. They were talking. No, they were talking about this, right? It was Harry hears a conversation, like he's sneaking around, sort of thing, and he finds a group of them, and he overhears them talking about it. And they're like, "I can't find the hellhound or whatever. Like, I can't no, the wizard or something. I'm not sure." And I can't find, or maybe it's the girl. Like, we can't find, because Ivy has veiled herself. Just enough to not be able to be detected by the Minarians, who are really, really skilled in the art as well. But she's with the tiny little bit of power imaginable. She's managing to hide. So it's kind of working at the moment. Their plan is working. Kincaid from the shadows picking them off. Ivy hiding. It's working while they're trying to find Ivy. And Tessa says, "Hang on a second. Bring me the hellhound." Forget the girl. Bring me the hellhound. And that, and then
Yep, that's exactly it. And so, and then that's when Harry reveals himself so that he can save both of them, and draws the Denarian's attention, only to realize really that what he's done is he's made himself the bait. And Tessa is about to shoot him with his own gun, and as she pulls the trigger, Ivy reveals herself, deflecting the bullet, because Ivy is apparently a badass, and then Ivy then proceeds to threaten Tessa, just with her knowledge. And then as she is going back and forth with Tessa, a Denarian sneaks up behind Ivy and tries to attack her, and Ivy just vaporizes her. The Denarian just boom,
nukes it.
And Harry's like, "Oh fuck!" So, let's see. So he's amazed at Ivy's power. He's also amazed at Tessa's power, because they're now starting to go back and forth, and all the Denarians are starting to attack, and Ivy's just kind of, like Neo from the Matrix when he's, well, whatever,
Yeah, and she's doing it with. Just want to again point out, like, the tiniest little amount of access to the power, right? And Harry is like transfixed almost by, like, he can't work out how she's like being so efficient with the energy that she's using, like that she's managing to fight off 6 of these attacks or whatever at the same time. And she's holding her own. So it's pretty impressive. And she's got access to no power. Like, if she had had access to the power, they wouldn't have been able to take it, which that's crazy
wild.
Thought. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, but he still notices that she's still, as she's using this, she's still weakening. She's getting tired, basically. And so he ends up grabbing her, and they flee together. But once her powers get expelled, Harry gets tripped up, and Ivy is subdued and taken by the Denarians. And so then Tessa comes up, and she's about to shoot Harry again. And then that's when the symbol collapses, and all the magic comes rushing back into ability, and Harry basically just shoot the glass, and the aquarium just basically floods the whole place, which was pretty predictable.
Pretty predictable, yeah, from the start. But he Fulzaris the shit out of it. It just destroys it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
Yep.
I don't know, is this aquarium? I mean, is this aquarium like a real place in Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So you guys can imagine. So you guys can probably picture like what
Yeah.
how much water
You-
is involved here.
yeah. It's tens of thousands of gallons, maybe
Yeah.
hundreds of thousands of gallons of water, just crazy amounts. So I mean, everybody gets washed away, and Harry ends up, getting waken up by Murphy because she performs CPR, proving again she's number one. And he ends up collecting a second coin, and they go hunting for all the other coins in the area. And they collected 11 coins at the aquarium. And Michael informs him that brings the total that they have to 26. And all that are left are Tessa, Nicodemus, and two Magog, and another one.
Yeah, Sonya and Michael are sort of just like beside themselves, going, "Holy fuck!"
Thorned
Like-
Name Shields, the other one. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
They are. This is the biggest. That's why it's interesting, isn't it? Like it's such a shit day. They lost Ivy, but from the Knights' perspective, they've been fighting for this for 2,000 years.
2,000 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the only thing Harry can sit there and think is,
shit.
Well, they're this close, and I'm going to ruin their day.
Yep.
So they have another war council at Michael's, and Harry's like, listen, we can't afford to have Ivy turned to these guys. Nicodemus will sacrifice one of the other people's coin to give to Ivy if they can get her power. That it would be absolutely devastating. So they can't afford that.
Yeah, it's a very interesting. Again, it's a super interesting conversation. We get to the war council, and like Harry has an agenda. Like he knows what he's going to do. Really, he just needs to inform Michael of it. And Harry doesn't understand really what any of the objectives are to him at this point in time. And I'm not sure. Does he go to sleep when they get back to Murphy's? And does Harry not off then, Steve, or is it after? I think it's before the war council because he wakes up and they're talking.
It's before. I think it's before the war council because that isn't it. After that Michael pulls him aside and talk, and he has the Harry Jesus about the blasting around.
Well, Harry pulls him aside. Yeah.
Well, Harry pulls him aside, and Michael basically opens his eyes to the fact that his head's been fucked with. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that happens. Like so Harry wakes up, like he has a sleep before the war council, and he wakes up while they're talking. That someone's talking about him. They're talking about Harry. He's not sure what it's about, but Revioew and Molly are talking. And
that's right.
And so then they have that conversation where Harry wakes up and he's like, right, I know what I'm going to do here, no matter what.
Yep.
I've got to talk to. I've got to convince Michael. I don't actually think he's thinking about that. I think he's just thinking, Michael just needs to know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. It's interesting because the whole sequence. And do you need to? Is it time we need to wrap up this part?
Yeah, this might be good spot. Yeah, we'll do this conversation
because it's a great conversation between Michael and Harry and all the revelations, and sort of Harry just sort of being like, oh, yeah, like self-realization. So Harry was like, I'm not always right. Holy fuck, right? So, yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Nate.
Yeah. So this wraps us right. We'll start at chapter 36, and then we can probably double it into Turncoat.
I don't know. Once we hit Demon Reach, I think it's going to take 3 hours to get through Demon Reach.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So, well, we'll talk.
It's possible. What? Yeah, why don't we read Turncoat and be ready just in case?
Well, I've already started Turncoat, so I mean,
well, look at you, overachiever.
Hey, I was on overnights, man. What do you want me to do?
You can't
Yeah,
stop
free
at this
turncoat.
point. We talk
So, yeah,
like, you can't stop once you hit these books.
So yeah, I know, I got you, Andrew. I thanks, buddy. Yeah, finally figured out how to fix my YouTube name. Hey, cool, good. But yeah, it's sort of a weird one tonight.
Yeah.
We sort of been trying to get this going, and we've had a few real life things. It's the holidays, so that's what it is going on. So we didn't want to not do it. So we'll either be back to finish the rest of Small Favor, or we'll lop it onto the front of Turncoat, or who knows. So just keep an eye out. But hopefully, I don't know. We may be jamming through some of these streams here, trying to get to 12 months in January 20th, because it would be nice to be all reread. But I don't know. We'll see if we can do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see if we can do it.
A lot.
So, but yeah, unfortunately for tonight, I know Al Dan's got previous engagements, and actually so do I all of a sudden too. So it works out good for me. So I may be back later on just to hang out and play some video games or something. I've been sort of contemplating playing Metroid or something. So I may hop on later tonight and just fuck around. But Jeremy, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much, Jeremy.
Merry Christmas, brother.
Hey, Jeremy, Avatar: The Last Airbender. You got to let me know if you want me to do live watches for that. I think you didn't you ride along with me for the all of Airbender live action in my disappointment. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. So
what me?
Oh well, you too, but Jeremy, I'm pretty sure that was when I think that was when Jeremy sort of found the channel, was right before that, and I thought it was Jeremy that was there for almost every stream, going whatever. What's up, Trip? I'll be doing another Christmas type thing too. So, yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. Trip. I'm sorry this was sort of a shorter. Well, it's been almost 2 hours, but it's been sort of a weird one. Not you, okay? Somebody, Jeremy adjacent. Well, whatever. Thank you for being around so much, Jeremy. Appreciate you big time, buddy. Appreciate all of you, and we'll be back probably very soon, one way or another. Whether it's a Small Favor Turncoat dual stream or finishing up and moving on. So thank y'all. And keep an eye out. I'll be back for more stuff here soon. Thanks, guys. Bye. To be continued. Bye.
Merry Christmas.
But louder